Okay, June 2025, practice paper 2, foundation tier calculator. Question 1, write 7,842 to the nearest 100. So we're looking for the hundreds. That's where the 8 is. The 8's in the hundreds. We look at the next digit in the tens. Is it 5 or above? It is not, so it stays as it is. It's going to be 7,800. It is closer to 7,800 than it is to 7,900. Question 2. Write down a 5-digit number that has 7 as its thousands digit. You can only use the digit 7 once. So it's got to be 5 digits long. I'm going to write 17,000. So it's got 7 in the thousands, and I've only used 7 once, so that is okay. Question 3, write down a number that is less than -5. So we can have -6, -7, -8, or so on. And question 4, here is a list of numbers. From the list, write down all the cube numbers. The cube numbers are 1 cubed, which is 1, 2 cubed, which is 8, 3 cubed, and if you want to use the calculator, you can. Right, 3 cubed, we get 27. So 27 is a cube number. And then if we write 4 cubed, that's 64. So that is also a cube number. And then 5 cubed is too big. 5 cubed is 125. So we must have them all. Question 5. Here is a grid of squares. What fraction of the grid is shaded? So we could count how many squares are shaded out of how many squares there are in total. But I'm just going to do how many columns. So we've got 1, 2, 3 columns shaded out of 4, 5, 6, 7 columns in total. So I'm going to say it's 3/7. 3/7 is shaded. We could have also had, it would have been 9 out of 21. 9 out of 21 would also be a perfectly good answer. Question 6, reflect the shaded shape in the mirror line. So for each point, I'm going to count the distance to the mirror line. So 2, and then 2 on the other side. For this point here, it's 3 away, so 3 on the other side. This point is 3, so 3 again. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so 4 on the other side. And this one up here, 4, so 4 on the other side. And we just join them up, and it should make a reflection of the shape. Question 7. There are some counters in a bag. The table shows the number of counters of each colour. A counter is taken at random from the bag. Write down the probability the counter is green. So there are 3 green out of how many in total? So we need to know the total. So if we do 7 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3, we get 17. So 3 out of 17 are green. Write down the probability. The counter is not blue. There are 2 blue, 17 in total. That means not blue is 15 out of 17. Question 8. Write the ratio 24 to 72 in its simplest form. So we need to simplify a ratio, and simplifying a ratio is the same as simplifying a fraction. So I'm going to use the calculator to simplify a fraction, and then the ratio will be the same. So 24 over 72 is 1 to 3. So 24 is 1 part, and 72 is 3 parts. So it's 1 to 3. In February, it rained on 3/7 of days. Write the ratio of the days it rained to the days it did not rain. So if it rained on 3 out of 7, how many did it not rain? It didn't rain on 4 out of 7. So it's 3 to 4. For every 3 days it rained, there are 4 days where it didn't rain. Question 9. Nina orders some items from a shop. Here is her bill. So we've got pack of paper, 4, $4.99 each. So the total was £19.96. Calculators, 25 at £5.25 each. We need to complete the missing information. So we need to do 25 times £5.25. And we get, as a decimal, £131.25. So 25 times £5.25 is £131.25. And for the maths set, we don't know how many we bought, but we've got the total and the cost of each one. So if we divide £112.64 by the cost of each one, we will find out how many. So 112.64 divided by 3.52 is 32. So the quantity must be 32. And the total cost, we need to add up all of the items. So 19.96, 131.25, 112.64, and the delivery charge, which is 4.95. So we get a total £268.80. £268.80. Question 10. Y is equal to 6 times x, take away 5. Work out the value of y when x is 4. So we're going to change x into 4. 6x means 6 times x. So y is going to be 6 times 4, take away 5. 6 times 4, take away 5 is 19. Question 11. There are 3 cards in box A, 3 cards in box B. There is a number on each card. Harry takes a card from box A and a card from box B. Write down all the possible combinations. So we can get 3. We're going to do this in order. So I'm going to do 3 with all of them, and then 8 with all of them, and then 6 with all of them. So we can have 3 with 7, 3 with 5, and 3 with 4. We can have 8 with 7, 8 with 5, and 8 with 4. And we can have 6 with 7, 6 with 5, and 6 with 4. So they're all the possible combinations. Harry adds the numbers on the 2 cards to get a total score. Work out the probability that it's greater than 12. So which ones are more than 12? So 3 and 7 make 10. 3 and 5 is 8. 3 and 4 is 7. So none of those. 8 and 7 is 15. 8 and 5 is 13. And 8 and 4 is 12. So it's not greater than 12. 6 and 7 is 13. But 6 and 5 and 6 and 4 are less than 12. So we've got 3 options out of the 9 in total. So we can say 3/9. Or you can also write it simplified, which is 1 over 3. But we don't have to. So I will leave it as 3/9. Question 12. ABCD is a quadrilateral. Work out the size of the angle marked X. So angles in a 4-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. So We need to work out what these angles add up to at the moment. So 108, 102, and 82. What does that add up to? It's 292 degrees. Angles in a four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. So 360, take away that answer, is 68 degrees. So x must be 68 degrees. Give a reason for your answer. So the angles in a four-sided shape, the angles in a quadrilateral add to 360 degrees. The diagram below shows a triangle. The diagram is wrong. Explain why. So let's do 95, 63, and 32. The angles in a triangle should add up to 180. Let's see if they do. They add up to 190. So it can't be a triangle because they don't add up to 180 degrees. The angles should add to 180 degrees, not 190 degrees. Question 13. Write 40 grams as a fraction of 500 grams. Give your answer in its simplest form. So 40 as a fraction of 500, and the calculator will do the work for us. So 40 over 500 is 2 over 25. Question 14. Bradley asked a group of people to name their favourite colour. He draws a pie chart to show his results. 17 people said green was their favourite colour. Work out how many people said blue was their favourite colour. So we've got 85 degrees for 17 people. If we do 85 divided by 17, we get 5. So it's 5 degrees per person. Each person is worth 5 degrees. So all of the degrees adds up to 360, and each 5 degrees is one person. How many said blue? So how many 5 degrees have we got? 130 divided by 5 is 26. So it's 26 people. Question 15. Here are the first 5 terms of a Fibonacci sequence. Write down the next 2 terms. So in a Fibonacci sequence, you add the first 2 terms, 1 plus 2, to get the third term. Add the second and third terms, 2 plus 3, to get the fourth one. Add the third and fourth, 3 and 8. 3 and 5 make 8. Add 5 and 8. So 5 plus 8, which is 13. So the next one is 13. Then add 8 and 13, which is 21. Question 16. There are 11 grams of fibre in 100 grams of oats. There are 2.4 grams of fibre in 100 grams of banana. Rachel has 40 grams of oats and 60 grams of banana for breakfast. Work out the total amount of fibre in this breakfast. So 11 grams for the oats, 11 grams in 100 grams of oats, 11 grams of fibre in 100 grams of oats. And we need to get to 40. Let's divide it by 10 and we'll get 10 grams. So it'll be 1.1 grams of fibre in 10 grams of oats, and we need 40 grams, so times it by 4. So we've got 4.4 grams of fiber in 40 grams of oats. And then we'll do the same for the banana. We have 2.4 grams of fiber in 100 grams of banana. We want 60 grams. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to divide it by 10. So 0.24 grams of fiber in 10 grams of banana, and then times it by 6. So 0.24 times 6 is 1.44. So 1.44 grams of fiber in 60 grams of banana. So we've got 40 grams of oats, 60 grams of banana. We've got 4.4 plus 1.44. And that is 5.84. Question 17, expand. So we're going to get rid of the brackets. And to do that, we're going to multiply the term outside by both of the terms inside the bracket. So x times x makes x squared, and x times 4 is 4x. It's positive, so I'm going to put a plus in the middle. Factorize means put into brackets. What can I take out of both of these terms? They're both got 2 as a factor. 6 and 4 are both in the 2 times table, so 2 can come out. 2 times 3y makes 6y, and 2 times negative 2 would make a negative 4. Part C, solve. I'm going to start by getting rid of the brackets, so expanding again. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 3, it's going to be negative. And 4 times 3 is 12. I want to get x by itself. I'm going to get rid of a minus 12, and I do that by plussing 12 to both sides of the equal sign. So 4x is equal to 26, and divide both sides by 4 to get x by itself. So 26 divided by 4 is 6.5. So that is our answer. Question 18. There are 200 people at the cinema. 3/5 of the people are children. So if we want to work out of, we can just write times. So 3/5 of 200. And I can just type that into the calculator. 3/5 of 200 is 120. So that means the rest are adults. 200, take away 120, that means there are 80 adults. 35% of the children order popcorn. So again, we're doing an of, so it's a times. 35% of 120 order popcorn, and 45% of the adults order popcorn. 45% of 80. So to do this, we can either use the percent button on the calculator, if you can find your one. So 35% of 120, which is 42. Or if you don't like that, you can change the percentage into a decimal, and that would be, for 35%, we divide it by 100, 0.35. For 45%, 45 divided by 100 is 0.45. And that will be exactly the same, 0.35 of 120. 35% of 120 is 42. And 0.45 times 80 is 36. So how many people do not order popcorn? This is how many order popcorn. So 42 and 36 is 78. That's 78 order popcorn. So how many do not? There are 200 people. So 200 minus 78 is 122. Question 19. A number m is rounded to one decimal place. The result is 9.4, complete the error interval for m. So we've got 9.4 to one decimal place. The one below is 9.3. The one above is 9.5. In order to round to 9.4, it has to be between the two midpoints. So halfway between 9.3 and 9.4 is 9.35. Halfway between 9.4 and 9.5 is 9.45. So our number must be somewhere in between 9.35 and 9.45. And you can see that it can equal the 9.35, and it's not got an or equal to on the 9.45. Question 20. The table gives information about the times taken in seconds by 20 students to run a race. Work out an estimate for the mean time. So there are 20 people, and we don't know the exact times that they took. We just know that 2 people were somewhere between 20 and 25 seconds. 10 people were somewhere between 25 and 30. 5 people between 30 and 35. And 3 between 35 and 45. So we need to add up all their times and divide by 20, but we don't know their exact times. And that's why it's called an estimate. And we're going to use the midpoint. So we're going to say these 2 people were halfway between 20 and 25, 22 and a half. 10 people had a time of 27 and a half. These 5 people all had 32 and a half seconds, all finished the race in 32 and a half seconds. And these 3 people all finished in 40 seconds. So we've got 2 lots of 22 and a half. So we'll use the calculator. 2 times 22.5 makes 45. We've got 10 lots of 27.5, so 275. We've got 5 lots of 32.5, 162.5, and 3 40s, which is 120. So to add up all of their times, we need to add up these 4 numbers. So plus the 120, plus the 275, and plus the 45. We get 602.5 seconds. And there are 20 people, so all of their times, all added together, 602.5. And there were 20 people, so divide by 20, and we get 30.125. And we can see it looks sensible because it's somewhere in this range of numbers. If you get an answer that's not within the range of times taken, the times of the race, you know it's wrong. So 30.125 is our answer. Question 21, use your calculator to work out this. So we're going to type it in exactly how it looks. So we're going to, in this one, we've got a square root first, then a fraction. And we've got 11.3 plus 2.51 on the top. And 6.3 take away 1.3 squared. And the 1.3 is squared, not all of it. So it looks exactly the same. And we just press equals and we get our answer. So 1.73 079 7968. Write your answer to part A correct to 4 significant figures. So that means 4 numbers in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. The number after is a 7, so it rounds up. So we've got 1.731. Question 22. A company has to make a large number of boxes. The company has 6 machines. All the machines work at the same rate. When all the machines are working, they make the boxes in 9 days. 2 of the machines are not working and cannot be used. Work out the total number of days taken to make all the boxes. So this is an inverse proportion question. Inverse proportion. So the more machines, the quicker the time. And the less machines you have, the longer it takes. So we've got 6 machines that can do it in 9 days. So if we do 6 times 9, we get 54. So that's 54 days of work needed. 54 days for 1 machine. So we need 54 days of machine work in order to make these boxes. 2 machines are not working, which means we have 4 to do the job. So we can split the number of days of work between the 4 machines and we get 13.5. So it takes 13.5 days. Question 23. So all of our numbers, our entire set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. A is odd numbers and B is factors of 12. So factors of 12 are the numbers that multiply to make 12. We've got 1 times 12, 2 6s, and 3 4s. They're all of the factors of 12. So in the middle are going to be the odd factors of 12, which is just 1 and 3. The rest of the odd numbers go into just the A circle. So 5, 7, 9, and 11. The rest of the factors of 12 go into the B circle. So we've got 2, 4, 6, and 12. And then are there any numbers left? So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5, obviously it's odd. 6 we've got, 7's odd, 8. And 10. 8 and 10 go on the outside. So we should have 12 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A number is chosen at random from the universal set. What is the probability the number is in the set of the union of A and B? So if it was the intersection, you might see the intersection of A and B. That would be the middle bit. So that would be 2 in the intersection. 2 numbers in the intersection. The union is within the circles, so just not the bit on the outside. So we've got 10 numbers in the union. So everything in here. So we've got 10 numbers in the union out of 12 in total. So it's 10 out of 12. And again, we don't have to simplify it. If you write 5/6, that's absolutely fine as well. Bernie is filling up a swimming pool. The graph shows the volume, V litres, of water in the swimming pool at time t hours. Work out the rate of that. Work out the rate that the water is flowing into the pool. Give your answer in litres per hour. So how many litres are going in per hour? So that is a question asking us for the gradient. So how many litres go in per hour? So we've got 20 hours the whole way across. How many litres have gone in? So we've got 20 hours. It's gone from 20,000 to so 90,000, 92,000, 94,000. So it's gone up by 74,000. So it's 74,000 litres in 20 hours, 74,000 over 20, the change in the y over the change in x. So how many litres in total over how many hours? 74,000 over 20 is 3,700 litres per hour. Question 25. Robin buys a total of 240 pens and pencils, where the ratio of pens to the number of pencils is 3 to 5. So let's use that. 3 plus 5 is 8. There are 8 parts. 240 divided by 8 is 30. So each part is worth 30. So the number of pens is 3 30s, which is 90. The number of pencils is 5 times 30, 150. So we know we've got 90 pens and 150 pencils. Robin pays 9p for each pen. She sells it for 11p. Robin pays 6p for each pencil and sells it for 10p. Robin sells all the pens and pencils. Work out the percentage profit. So we need to work out how much they cost in the first place, and then how much she sold them for, and then we'll be able to work out the profit. So the cost is equal to 9p. I'll just do 9. I could do 0.09. I could do it in pounds. I'll just do it in pennies. So 9 90s and 6 150s. So that is the total cost. We could do this separately. I'm going to do it in one go. 9 90s. Now we'll do it separately. So 810 and 6 150s, which is 900. So the total cost is 810 plus 900, which is 1,710, or that's p, or that's £17.10. How about how much money she gets? So I'll write income, how much she receives. So it's 11p for each pen, so 11 90s, and 10p for each pencil, 10 150s. So 11 90s is 990. 10 150s will be 1,500. Add them together is 2,490. 2,490p or £24.90. So we can work out the profit now. The profit will be the difference between these two numbers. So I'll work that out. The profit, I'm just going to do it all in pence. So 2,490, take away 1,710. Is 780. The profit is 780. We want the percentage profit. So it's the change, the profit, how much it's gone up by, over the original, which is how much it cost in the first place, times 100 to make it a percentage. So the change over the original times 100. So 780 over 1,710 times 100. And we get 45.6%. One decimal place, that's right, 45.6. So 45.6%. Question 26. The diagram shows a solid cylinder with base radius 3 centimeters and height of 12. The cylinder is made from steel. It's got a mass of 2,650 grams. Work out the density. So density is equal to the mass divided by the volume. So in order to find the density, we already have the mass. We need to work out the volume. The volume of a cylinder is the area of the base. So let's do volume. The area of the circle is pi times the radius squared. Area of the base, pi r squared, times the height. So it's pi times 3 squared times 12. Pi times 3 squared times 12. 108 pi, or as a decimal, 339.3. So all right, 339.3, and it's centimeters cubed, its volume. So density is equal to mass, which is 2,650, over volume, 339.3. So 2650 over answer, and we get 7.81. 7.81. So that is our density. Question 27. ABC is a right-angled triangle. We need to calculate the length of AB, which is from A to B, this one here. We've got a right-angled triangle, and we can either use Pythagoras or SOHCAHTOA. But in this case, we haven't got all three sides in the question. We can't use Pythagoras, so it has to be a SOHCAHTOA question, and it's got an angle in it, which Pythagoras doesn't have. So let's label the sides. The hypotenuse is the longest side. It's always opposite the right angle. The one opposite the angle we're using, which is this 41, is called the opposite. And the one in between the angle and the right angle is called the adjacent. It's either SO, CA, or TOA, sine, cos, or tan. O is not in the question. So A is what we're working out. H we know is 12. We don't know O, and we're not working out O. So it's not the ones with O in, it's CA. And CA means cos, cosine, with the angle, is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Cos, this is a theta, equals A over H. You might also use a triangle, which has cos theta, A, and H. Cos with the angle, A and H. Now we just substitute in what we know. So the angle is 41. So it's cos 41 equals a, which is our x, that's what we're working out, over h, which is 12. If you're using the formula triangle, you cover over a and say it's cos with the angle, and they're on the same line, so it's times h, which is 12. With this formula, to get x by itself, get rid of a divide, we times both sides by 12. So 12 times cos 41 is equal to x. So we just type into the calculator 12 times cos 41, and we get 9.0 to three significant figures, 9.06, because the next digit is a 6, which means we round up. So 9.06, x is 9.06, and you would have got exactly the same using the formula triangle, 9.06. Question 28, simplify t cubed to the power of 4. The quick way, we just times the two powers. 3 4s make 12. It's t to the power of 12. If you want the long way, you write out t cubed times t cubed times t cubed times t cubed. That's what the power of 4 means, times itself 4 times. And when we multiply indices, we add the powers. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 makes 12. Question B, part B. Simplify 12m squared n to the power of 6 divided by 3m n to the power of 4. This is just the same as simplifying a fraction. Whatever we divide the top by, we divide the bottom by the same thing. So 12 and 3, divide them both by 3, or how many times the 3 go into 12? It's 4 times. M squared over m, cancel it on m, we just have m. N to the power of 6, divided by n to the power of 4, cancel off 4 n's, we're left with n squared. This is the same as when we're dividing indices, we take away the powers. So 6 take away 4 is 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. And then with the big numbers, the 12 and the 3, it's just normal division. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Question 29. X minus 2, x plus 4, and 3x plus 5 are 3 consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence. Find the value of x. So in an arithmetic sequence, that means we go up by the same thing every time. So if we had 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, we'd be going up by 4 every time. It's plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. We could have 2, 12, 22, 32, 42. It's plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. So the difference between two terms is always the same. So that's what we're using here. How would you get from the first term to the second term? How would you get from x minus 2 to x plus 4? What do you have to add on? So x minus 2 plus 6 will get you to x plus 4. And then what do you have to add on to go from x plus 4 to 3x plus 5? It's in algebra, we have to add on 2 x's and then a 1 as well. So x plus 4 plus 2x plus 1 makes 3x plus 5. Now we have to know that in an arithmetic sequence, the difference must always be the same. So 6 must be equal to 2x plus 1. So we can work out what x is because the difference is the same both times. So we've made an equation and now we just solve it. So take away 1 from both sides. So 2x's are equal to 5. X is half of 5. 2.5. And question 30. A, B, C, and D are points on a circle such that ABCD is a square. The square ABCD has sides of length 4 centimeters. Calculate the area of the circle. So in order to calculate the area of the circle, area equals pi times the radius squared. We need to know the radius. And we can do that because a square can be split in half and changed into a right-angled triangle. And we can use Pythagoras to find the diameter of the circle. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 4 squared plus 4 squared equals the diameter squared. So let's use the calculator. What's 4 squared plus 4 squared? That's 32. So the diameter squared is 32. The diameter must be square root 32, which is 4 root 2, or 5.657. I'm going to use the whole number though. The diameter is 5.657. The radius is half of that number. Divide it by 2, 2.828. So we want the area, which is pi times the radius squared. Again, I'm using the whole number that's in the calculator. So I'm using pi times the answer squared, which is 25.1. So the area is 25.1 centimeters squared. And it was to one decimal place, so yeah, 25.1.